think we're live. Not live, but
Live.
I think we're too live.
Don't do that.
I'm not ready. What's up, everybody? In this episode, I got a chance to interview one of the team members from the Pinball Brothers company. Now, Pinball Brothers is a pinball company based in Sweden. Fun fact, I'm half Swedish. Jag pratar lite svenska. I hope you really enjoy what we got to talk about. A lot about new Ripley, a little bit about Queen, and without further ado, I'll just let us dive in. Hey, Rudy, how's it going?
Hey, I'm fine. I'm a bit tired, but everything's fine. It's in the evening here.
Yeah, no, it's pretty the early morning here for me too. So thank you so much for taking the time here to talk to me about Pinball Brothers. So
Yes.
yeah, this is really exciting for me. I enjoy playing your games. Right now you have two games. You have Ailen and Queen. I'd love to talk about them.
Very good.
I have some questions for you here. So with this new Ripley version, is there anything new and unique that you feel like it brings into the pinball world?
Well, I think people are aware of the previous versions. Like we had a standard version, and then we did a limited. And the limited was sort of like it glowed blue in the dark, and it got a whole new feel to it. And now with the Ripley version, what is really new is it's a perspective change, I would say, because usually we aimed at Ripley being the player. So Ripley wasn't really in the game, and now that she's in the game and she's all in all the clips and on the cabinet art as well, you're sort of it brings what has always been lacking from it. If you believe the fans, they always missed her and they always wanted her, and now they can have her.
Yeah, now they have her. No, it's sweet. No, I saw the new design. It looks really awesome. It's great to see her on the cabinet too, on the whole side there. It's awesome.
Also in the video clips, I mean, it's 33 new takes on those video clips, and it's all embedded in the gameplay. And so, of course, people have been asking, like, is the famous line in there? Yes, it is. I won't repeat it here, but everybody knows what it is. And so it's just awesome now.
Sweet. Yeah, so people can upgrade. So people that already own an Ailen machine, can they update it and they'll get those Ripley clips as well? Or
yes, that's the great thing, that we wanted to cater to the SV and the LB owners as well, of course.
Oh, awesome. Well, great. So you guys hear to hear, you can upgrade it and have it on any of your Ailen machines.
Yes.
Well, I guess the next question would be, like, what do you think sets Ailen apart from some of the other pinball machines that are out there?
Yeah, it's definitely that. I don't really know if it's been done so much in pinball machines, but we cover two movies. It's like Ailen and Aliens. So that's two whole movies in a franchise. And I think that's really great, because it doesn't really pose a problem from the characters, because most of those, of course, in the second movie, new characters are introduced, but the main character's there, and she's fighting the battle once again. And so there's no contradiction there. And it all works. So you step to the machine and you can choose if you want to play the first movie or if you want to play the second movie. And then you have all those missions in the gameplay there accordingly. Yeah,
that's awesome, because then you get a chance to play a little bit. There's more adventures then that you basically have.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, all of this is it's always integrated into the gameplay. And so you'll have, if you go on a mission from the first movie, you get those clips, and if you go on a mission from the second movie, like save Newt or find the cat or things like that, you'll get those clips in there.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a different game each time in a way. Well, it's always with pinball, I feel like it's always a different game, right? Because you never get the same play with the ball. Like, you're never going to follow that same trajectory every time. But it's great to have multiple experiences. I love picking modes. I think it's great when you can have extra modes to pick from, and gives it a chance for the game to feel like the depth is really there. Does the rule sets, does it change a bit when you choose a different movie, or?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's different missions. I mean, you can. There are games that you'll just aim for whatever you would love most. Like you do the orbits, or you do this one particular target, or you're trying to lock in for a multi-ball, and all of this. Like the objective changes, and then you ramp up to get the big ones, the big goals.
Nice. Yeah. And so when it comes to this new Ripley version, how do you feel that it will appeal to pinball enthusiasts and new pinball hobbyists?
It's really crazy. When we were at Expo and we showed it off for the first time, I had a lot of people come up to the machine, play it, and then said, well, okay, this feels different. This feels different from any other pinball machine that I've played. And I really think that's part of our strategy. Like, we're Pinball Brothers, we're from Europe, we're from Sweden, and we make machines in Italy. And there is a sort of an American way of doing it. And I think these machines with the themes and with the execution is quite a European way of doing it, and so this brings something else to the table.
Yeah, having a totally different. You guys have a totally different factory then, because it's definitely not Chicago, where there seems to be a handful of them. So we talk about Italy, so it's like seems like a collaborative process, which is what you guys have with this game. Can you tell me a little bit about what it's like collaborating with all sorts of different entities and companies? And it seems you have a new topper that came out.
Oh yes,
collaborating.
That's really crazy. That's been developed right now. It's in the last steps of development. That topper has been made by Lior, the Art of Pinball. I think he's pretty well known in the industry, and he does all crazy stuff. Like, he did a few of the sculpts in the Ripley version, which are part of the Ripley version when you buy it from scratch. There's a Xeno sculpt which is hand painted, and there's a monitor which is hand sculpted and hand painted. So all of these, and an apron as well, really great stuff. And then you cut to the topper and you think, holy, what is this? So it's going to be awesome. It's going to the light show is going to be integrated into the gameplay. So in the certain modes, it'll do all crazy stuff.
Yeah, I saw it at Expo. It's really intricate. It's got a lot of details to it.
Yeah.
It's really big too. It's not like a
yes,
small topper. You're not getting like a little thing to put on top of your game. You're getting like
it's a big thing. Yeah, we actually when we were sort of thinking about a topper, something that it never crossed my mind, but people usually have pinball machines in their basements, and so half of the toppers that we would really like to do, you can't really do because they are too high up. And so it is sort of like an addition to the machine, but then of course, I mean, it's usually above your head, so you have to be able to see all that's happening there as well. So it's a complicated business with the toppers.
Yeah. I hear some people use them now as a decoration, though. If they don't, if their basement is too low, then they put them on shelves and they put them on behind their desk.
You can do that. I mean, I would always advise to get a bunch and light your whole room with it. But I think it's a little expensive for a lamp.
Yeah, just a little bit, maybe. I don't think I'll be getting it as a lamp, but if I had an alien machine, that topper would look really great on top.
But I mean, what appeals to people is, of course, that it's integrating with the gameplay. And it actually moves as well a little. So
yeah. It
doesn't move away from the pinball machine.
Doesn't walk right off of it.
Nope.
But I always love when the topper does. It has integration within the game, because it gives you that extra, like, I don't know how to explain, but like that fourth wall almost, even like you get that other feeling from behind the glass. You have something else interacting with you, and people around you as well. If you're playing, out in the wild or in someone's home that has it, that's a chance for everybody to get to enjoy a little bit something. And it's hard when you don't have, streamers streaming the game and looking at the bottom and seeing the top. So at least, people something extra to look at.
Oh, you're still here. That's really exciting. Thank you so much. I worked pretty hard on this video and it was really fun to make with Rudy. And just wanted to say thanks.
In terms of design and technology, what aspects of Ailen are you most proud of?
Oh, yeah, I don't really know how to answer that best, but this project has been going on quite a long time, and we are still, when we did the Ripley version, we brought back like Ulrik Lawson, who did the original 2 translights and all the artwork on the standard version and on the limited version. So we have that covered. And the guy who did all the video integration, Kelly Mazurowski, he's great to work with. We've done a lot of stuff with him, and he was back to integrate Ripley into the video clips. So we're really proud of that team still being there.
Yeah, no, it seems like you got a lot of great people to collaborate with and work with, and it's quite the adventure.
Oh yeah, certainly.
With all the new clips in Ailen, that means, do we get maybe a little new Easter eggs or hidden features? And
it is not a new one. It's quite an old one. I was talking to Joe Schober, who did major part of the programming for the Ailen. I was talking to him at Expo, and he said there's a cat in the second movie, and you have to find Jonesy. And when you enter your initials to a certain value, I don't really know which one now, but I can follow up on that. The cats actually start to meow, and it's his cat because he has a cat that looks just like the one in the movie.
Oh, cute! That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Famous little kitty.
Yeah, it's Jonesy, yes. Yeah. But we do actually have quite a fun Easter egg on the Queen machine.
Oh, so there's some Easter eggs on the, or Easter egg or eggs or?
No, it's actually a party mode that you can enable. You have to enable it in the settings, and then if you start the game and press the right flipper, you get a fail-safe party mode, and you get to play for a long time that you wouldn't really like. It hits the ball back and stuff like that. So everything's
cool. So it has like a whole day. Is there certain songs that go on? You pick the song. Like, how does that mode?
I'm not quite sure. I think you can still pick the song, but it goes on and it gives you back the ball. So it's really a good thing for like younger players, for example, who want to get into the game.
Or someone like me, who's like not
someone like you can absolutely disaster at the machine. Yeah.
I'm not a disaster, but I'm not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even see you play.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I would say I'm a decent player. I wouldn't say I'm not hitting hundreds of millions of points on games. I couldn't tell you what the last score I got on an Ailen machine was, but I do know that it's a fun time to play.
I think there's a little inflation there too. I mean, the Ailen is pretty conservative with the scoring anyway, I think.
Yeah. No, I think your guys' score points, is there a way that you guys go about that? Like with Queen and Ailen, would you say that their scoring and points are in a similar?
It's totally different, especially when you realize that sometimes the games are still in development, and so of course you do the balancing all the time, and you sort of, there's lots of developers on that and lots of testers, but then sometimes after a while you find out that something doesn't work. I mean, if you get into a more intricate multi-ball or something, it doesn't work anymore, and then the machine just explodes, and so sometimes you have to rectify that.
even the playing field and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's the code.
Yeah, and then of course, I mean, some people who have gotten a high score, they may be disappointed if they upgrade to a different version.
Oh, because then they can't get that same high score.
Yeah.
They're harder to reach when the codes get updated because you got to figure out it's different. Right. How often would you say you guys update your code?
Well, it's there's always busy schedules, and then there's times where things are mellow again. Of course, right now we're in the big Ripley code phase, and with Queen, it took us quite a while to reach 1.0, but then people were always wondering why they couldn't play the Bohemian Rhapsody as a song. And now it turns out that it's not one song, it's like chapters, like 8 chapters, and there's whole modes that weren't there before. So that's a really cool thing to go through now. And so after that, we sort of put it to rest, and then sometimes it's just a phase of bug fixes and stuff.
Yeah. So with Queen, you guys have now also a new Backglass, right? I heard that there's
that's right.
Is it like a different edition? I'm sorry.
No, it's not. First of all, we have the second edition. We started with the Rhapsody with the limited, and now we have the standard one as well, the Champions edition. But then we started to do some more alternate designs and stuff. Which is not the Backglass we showed at Expo. That's not fully approved yet, but we're in the middle of that, and we're going to present some more designs on that early next year.
Okay, sweet. So we'll get a newer design. It might not be exactly, but it's kind of getting close.
Yes.
Sweet. Cool. So then you guys are working on these negotiations, getting all the things running and going.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to more about Queen, let me see. I've only played it like twice, once at another show. That was actually the week before Expo. And, and at Expo, I got a chance to play it a little bit. Is there anything that you'd love for people to know that's changed with the game, or that's within the game that maybe a lot of people don't know or aren't able to get just yet?
Well, I think with Queen, I'm sort of a little disappointed that it had such a rough start because of COVID and all of that launching stuff. And now that it's getting out there, people are really getting to know the value of it as for example, it's a family machine. I see 3 generations of people in front of that machine, and they're all having that very special fun that you can only have. I mean, from the soundtrack is great. It's iconic, of course, but also the gameplay. It's really there's special different objectives really to get, and so everyone's having fun with it.
Yeah,
this is what you're seeing at Expo, for example, when you really have a line of people, and then you sort of actually get the idea, why are we doing this?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love that Queen is like I know of Queen from my father, right? And he listened to it, and there's such an they're an iconic band. Like it's just this licensing alone. I really applaud you guys for getting. I can only imagine how tough it is to get a licensing like this.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but I mean, it is one thing to have an iconic license, but it's also like the things are still relevant right now. I mean, Queen, for example, one of the concerts was Rock Montreal, one of the concerts we used for the live clips, and they are actually right now for mid of January. They are proposing tours at the IMAX, and they'll view this iconic concert again via IMAX. And so this is happening now, and they're still on tour, and they are filling stadiums and stuff. So it's crazy.
Yeah, it must be. So do you feel like as they're still on tour and things like that, do you think like Ailen got some new clips? Could you see in the future Queen getting some new clips, or?
Well, we'll have to do a deep think on that, because probably that would mean changing gameplay and stuff as well. With Ripley, it was sort of like That was something that was demanded from the crowd anyway for a long time, and of course, I mean, Ailen is just as relevant right now. I mean, they're doing more TV shows, and there's a new movie being made. So all of this, we don't really know where it's all going. Not right now.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. You know, you'll just feel it out, I guess. And it's great to know that you guys take the feedback though from,
Sure.
from the players, knowing that they wanted to see Ripley. So I know maybe this is going a little bit back to the new Ripley game. You decided to make this new Ripley version. Was it because of the fan base? Because people wanted to see more Ripley? Is that one of the big pushes, or how?
No, I don't think it really works that way. For us, it was we always had the feeling that it wasn't in the cards, but now that we did an extension of the license, we just thought, well, why not go for it? Why not go for all? And so we pursued it, and we got it.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. Now she looks great on there. It's really great.
Oh, yeah.
Great to see Ripley on the game, and I'm sure a lot of players are going to be really happy to see that version. And now you have like 3 versions basically of Ailen.
Yeah, well, it's like people are always confusing this because they sort of thought, okay, if you have a Ripley version, that has to be the super limited, super exclusive stuff that has no top to it. But it's really like we're discontinuing the standard version, and the Ripley version is just the last addendum to the mix. But that's sort of it. The LV, the limited version, is always going to be the limited version, and so of course that is at a different price range, and it's also has stuff that the others won't have. But it's in the last numbers of the limitation, so we're sort of selling the last of them.
Oh wow! So how many limited editions do you guys have? You guys have you're set to.
That's 1,000.
1,000, yeah.
Yes.
So and you're almost out of your limited edition.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome! Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's always a good feeling when you can sell out of your limited edition, I'm sure.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I remember when we started this, people said, well, a European machine and 1,000 is not really a limitation, but it turns out it is a limitation.
Yeah, I mean, pinball is very niche. Like I say, 1,000 machines, like that really is a limit. Well, it's been a really great pleasure getting to talk to you, Rudy, about all this Pinball Brothers stuff, new Ripley, Queen. Really appreciate the time you've taken to talk with me about this, and knowing me being new into pinball, just kind of like, hey, what's this and what's that? I really appreciate you being able to answer my questions, and looking forward to, I hear you guys might have a 3rd game coming. And
yeah, well, I don't think it'll be before TPF.
Okay, so but we'll have to wait till TPF in order to hear more news. Right on. Yeah. Well, you guys heard it here. Gotta wait till TPF to hear some more Pinball Brothers news. Well, thank you again so much, Rudy, and it was a pleasure getting to chat with you.
It was a pleasure for me too. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
If you're interested in buying a Pinball Brothers pinball machine, pinballbrothers.com has their distributors listed. They also offer the Ripley version directly, so if you don't have a distributor nearby, be sure to reach out. And you can check out pbusasales.com, and in the shop, they have all their parts. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Feel free to let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the flip side. And without a duel, it's the mic. Where's Rachel? If you like this sweater, I got it from Forever the Flip. It's super comfortable, and I got little balloon animal dogs on here, and I love that. I wonder if anyone's gonna be able to tell that I actually never watched the Alien movies. Nah, nobody watches this far in the credits anyway.